But here's what I was talking about when it came to the land. So Austin-based organization focused on addressing the city's affordability crisis are calling on city officials to expedite lifting restrictions on residential development in the city.
Yes.
So, really what this is trying to get to the fact is, cost precision time and is a life near the core of the city becomes increasingly less attainable for the city's working middle class. And that's because you don't have affordable actual housing, homes to buy, homes to actually move into. They're making rentals. This piecemeal changing changes include a plan to introduce a new zoning category that would allow a denser development, a new subsidy-free density bonus program, a new capability standard for city, and new opportunities for creating accessory dwelling units and existing properties, AAK granny flats. How do you feel in the comments? I want to hear from you, Aaron, especially you. How do you feel about loosening the rules on ADUs, accessory dwelling units, granny flats, all that stuff? I have so many clients ask me about that. I want to buy a home with this. I'm like, there's not very many available. Most of the amendments are not expected to be implemented until 2024-25, leaving developers waiting in the wings to take advantage of the new tools. We urge you to push staff to act swiftly in implementing changes such as parking reform, reducing capability, eliminating occupancy limits, and dozens of other code amendments, many of which were approved unanimously by the council, said Abby. So really, all right, and here you go. But for those levels compared to the median prices of $335 in the Metro 407 for the city of Austin from May of 19 to the prior COVID, and buyers having lost significant purchasing power in recent months because of heightened interest rates. So basically they're saying what we've been saying a while, right? That it's unaffordable, and part of it has to do with not having as much inventory, but I digress.
I love the idea of loosening those restrictions without making them completely ruleless, right? I think that thinking about the demographic of people that are boomer age versus the millennials that need to have affordable housing so that they can buy these houses, and just knowing that having that space, if they were to use it as a granny flat, which I know many people won't, but if they did, that's a very, very solid use case for people. There are a lot of boomers that can sell their property if they're able to move in and still have a separate living space with their family. That's huge. That would be huge. That would tie up a lot of real estate in Austin. I'm sorry, untie a lot of real estate in Austin.
I would say the flip side of that coin is we have a $7-10 billion train to nowhere as of right now. If we go denser, you're going to absolutely have to have more public mobility.
We needed that anyway. We already needed that. So I'd be grateful for more public transportation. I think that's fantastic. Also, you think about the houses, if they are unaffordable, yet you could rent out a granny flat or a ADU for a portion of your rent, let's say a third of your mortgage. That is fantastic. That now makes that home affordable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily want somebody in the back of my current home, but my other rental properties, if I could stack units and put more tenants in there, I would.
This isn't for you. This is for the people buying their first home. And they need help. It's perfect.
Yeah. What's interesting though, like right now, we have a client right now that's looking for specifically a home with an ADU because they have a family member that's going to live with them.
Yes.
And so the only ones available right now are with a company that starts with the letter L for loser.
That's not the only ones, but yeah, they're the primary.
And they're not happy about potentially buying one of those. So I understand. But the other ones are not cheap and they're really hard to find. There's only one community that I know of that actually has them right now, and it's not cheap. And the property tax rate's 3%. So, and you're going to get taxed on that ADU as well.
Yep. Okay. It's income.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. So we just bought another property and we did a 1031 exchange on it. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, I could put money in the stock market or I could buy another property. and the property is going to pay me $2,400 a month for whatever, like
Ever.
that's probably more than I'd make really last year. Like my stock stuff lost a little bit of money. Like everybody's stocks lost money last year, but with doing a property, it's income, right? And it's what annoys me that people don't look at it that way. The biggest problem in America is the fact that we don't teach kids young in school how to do finances and actually like investment strategies. I really wish we taught that in high school. Before that. But thanks for watching this short of the Real Amigos podcast. For more live streams, hit here. For more clips, hit here. We'll catch you on the next one.